We're pleased this morning that the Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Wellness joins us and is here to offer the opening remarks. So I invite you now to please acknowledge the Honourable Davidson Ishmael.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, Brother Antoine, a good personal friend of mine and a strident fighter relative to cancer and all things related. There's two. Protocol being established, let me give you the warmest of good mornings. The warmest of good mornings. Right, okay. I wanted it to come back to me, so I'm glad that you got my drift. Of course, Carlisle, Janet, Dr. Sonia Brown, who's in our midst, CEO of QEH, Neil, Paulette, a good long-standing friend, and many others who are here, all of you, specially invited guests and dignitaries and survivors. Give yourself a whoop whoop. That don't sound like a survivor whoop whoop. Give yourself a whoop whoop. Okay, good. Fantastic. It is a privilege and a pleasure for me to be here. And as Antoine would have said, there is a strong and, I believe, necessary relationship between the Cancer Support Services and, of course, the Ministry of Health and Wellness. So any occasion and opportunity that we can have as the ministry and representatives thereof to join you on occasions like this, and, of course, not only on occasions, but as we continue in the journey towards improving the level of care, the delivery of care relative to cancer and cancer patients, we are joining hands, locking step with you to ensure that we can support and ensure this is improved with time. Distinguished guests, speakers, executive and members of Cancer Support Services, healthcare professionals in our midst, cancer survivors, of course, and all of you that are here today and who are firmly committed to the fight against cancer, once again, I give you a very warm good morning. It is my distinct honor to address you at this, the 10th annual conference hosted by Cancer Support Services, which is being done under the theme, Let's Talk About Cancer, the Whole Journey, the Best of Conventional Modalities and Integrative Therapies. This theme reflects the importance of the holistic approach that is fast becoming central to our understanding of cancer care. Approaches which seek to integrate medical treatments with greater consideration being given to the emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being of the individual who is being supported. The World Cancer Research Fund highlights several factors that increase cancer risks, including physical inactivity, low dietary fiber and whole grain intake, reduced calcium consumption, insufficient fruit and dairy intake, high consumption of red and processed meats, being overweight, and of course, alcohol use. People don't like to hear the alcohol use one, the Bajans especially. But I still have to tell you, it's one of those ones you have to watch out for. Additionally, the environmental impacts of carbon emissions and climate change may contribute to increased cancer risks, disruptions in cancer care, and higher mortality rates. This year's conference will explore the entire journey of cancer, examining not just the physical effects and causes, but also the wider aspects related to the disease and its treatment. In examining the landscape here in Barbados, it would be most difficult or even near impossible not to recognize and acknowledge the efforts of the Barbados National Registry, that is the BNR. The BNR has been dedicated to the collection and analysis of cancer data, which then helps to inform screening and treatment implementation policies within public and private care health institutions. In their last report, the BNR noted almost 1,000 new cases in 2020 alone. Prostate, breast, colorectal, and corpus uteri continue to dominate as the top cancer types diagnosed over the last 8 years. And sadly, in 2021, there were 700 cancer-related deaths in Barbados. My friends, I must also inform you that despite the need for additional data to better monitor trends related to the 5-year survival rates, the report does indicate that there is sufficient data to show that the 3-year survival rates have increased between the years 2013 to 2020 in patients who have been diagnosed with cancer, and this should be applauded. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, this is very promising, and it should encourage us to build upon and maintain collaborative efforts between government and non-governmental organizations as it relates to the delivery of critical patient care to persons diagnosed with cancer. I'm therefore happy to share with you that the Ministry of Health and Wellness is actively advancing its fight against cancer through several key policies and initiatives, which I will briefly highlight in this short time that I have with you. Firstly, there is our National Cancer Control Plan, which is a strategic framework that is aimed at reducing cancer incidence and mortality through prevention, early detection, treatment, and palliative care. Secondly, we have begun delivering significant enhancements to our screening programs, not only within the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, but also in our primary environments, primary healthcare environments, even as we also work with NGOs and private clinics to ensure that screening is not only available, but accessible to all Barbadians. This, of course, will promote early detection and improve treatment and patient outcomes. And you know, in particular, we have our colorectal screening policy that has been enhanced with support from all of the doctors and physicians in that field, and we are actually in the process right now of embarking on a pilot of that within 2 of our polyclinics, and I believe that the results of that, once we are able to review, will allow us to then expand that across all of our primary healthcare institutions, and that is just the first step as we continue to enhance all of the other screening protocols relative to the different types of cancer. Thirdly, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital will see a significant investment of $130 million to upgrade its medical imaging equipment. CEO, I thought I would have seen a smile on your face when I say that. There it is. There it is. You're welcome. You're welcome. It is important. Furthermore, I am sure that you have already heard that there will be the acquisition of a linear accelerator, which will replace the existing cobalt radiology treatment that is currently being used to treat our cancer patients. It is. Yeah, you can clap for that. I believe that's going to be a game changer relative to our treatment of cancer in this country. It is certainly our view that these financial and equipment investments will substantially improve the quality of care being delivered at our lone public health hospital, third tertiary care hospital, and it will assist us in addressing a critical backlog in diagnostic services that has affected cancer patients and others who are requiring urgent medical attention. And last but by no means least, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has collaborated with our international partner, the Pan American Health Organization, to create a public awareness cancer campaign in an effort to raise awareness about cancer prevention, inclusive of lifestyle modifications and the importance of regular screenings. I might just add here, as the Minister of State, I have responsibility for a whole host of different aspects of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, but one that gives me great joy relates to the fight against NCDs and overall wellness and encouraging wellness amongst our people. And lifestyle modification and behavioral change is one of the biggest things that we are focused on within that aspect of the portfolio. And I say here, and as a plug, and I know you guys know it, I want us to reduce the amount of salt that we're consuming, reduce the amount of sugar that we're consuming. I want us to get more active, get up and move around. As I tell people all the time, behavioral modification and lifestyle modification doesn't have to be a massive undertaking. Park a little bit further from the entrance to the building. Use the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk during the course of the day as opposed to sitting all day long. Simple things like that. Drink more water, of course. It's simple things. We can do it if we try. And if you're intentional about it, you will see the difference as your life progresses and, of course, as your health improves, most importantly. It is also important to note and highlight at this point the Memorandum of Understanding which exists between the Cancer Support Services and the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, first signed in 2017 and then renewed in 2022. It should be apparent that the renewal of this MOU is a testament to the long-standing relationship and positive impact that this charity has been having on persons who are journeying with cancer, particularly those admitted to Ward C12, which Cancer Support Services adopted in 1998. Moreover, additional success stories and initiatives emerging from Cancer Support Services also include the recent completion of a nurse enrichment program and the incorporation of a bereavement support group to the array of services that this charity offers. Colleagues, as critically important as many of the aforementioned initiatives and efforts are, we know that battling cancer is not solely about one's physical health. Mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being are equally crucial to the healing of the individual. Integrative therapies, including nutrition, exercise, counseling, and mindfulness, are now being increasingly recognized as valuable components in helping patients to better and more effectively manage their journey through cancer. Integrative approaches support conventional treatment by reducing side effects, improving quality of life, and helping patients to feel empowered in their care. It is about treating the whole person and not just the disease. This shift represents a more compassionate and inclusive form of healthcare, one that is aligned with our values as a nation that cares deeply for its people. The bereavement group, for example, seeks to extend help beyond the effects of cancer-related deaths to include a broader scope of support for individuals who need assistance coping with the grieving process. They now join the Victorious Ladies and Conquering Men, who are the women's and men's support groups of cancer support services established in 2012 and 2017, respectively. Both were launched out of a growing concern for women and men who, along the continuum ranging from diagnosis to survivorship, were in need of counseling and an open space to freely express their concerns. These spaces allow individuals to be surrounded by others who have first-hand experience with navigating the nuances associated with undergoing treatment for, and of course, overcoming cancer. Colleagues, over the past decade, we have witnessed remarkable strides in cancer treatment. Precision medicine, which tailors treatment to the genetic makeup of individual tumors, has revolutionized the approach to care. Immunotherapy, harnessing the power of the body's own immune system, offers new hope for patients with previously untreatable cancers. Artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies afford us the opportunity to risk profile as we seek to enhance the process of screening for common cancers and achieve early diagnosis. These advancements are not just scientific triumphs, they are potential silver linings for patients and families worldwide. However, the fight against cancer cannot rely solely on the shoulders of the healthcare system or a government or this government. It is a battle that must be fought by all healthcare professionals, all NGOs, the private sector, and most importantly, it must be fought within our very communities. We must prioritize healthy lifestyles, promote regular screenings, and fully support those who are currently walking this often difficult path. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the Cancer Support Services for your enduring commitment to this cause, for bringing us together here today, and for the invaluable support that you offer to so many of our citizens. To all the providers, to all of the survivors, the patients here today, your strength continues to inspire us all. As we look towards the future, let us continue to forge ahead with steadfast determination and deep compassion. Let us celebrate our achievements, learn from our challenges, and remain steadfast in our commitment to easing the burden of cancer on our society. Together, we can turn the tide against this disease and ensure a brighter, healthier future for all. A future where every patient is supported, not just medically, but holistically, and where healing and hope are always within their reach. Thank you once again for your dedication, your passion, and your unwavering support. I salute you all, and may we continue to join hands and our hearts in crafting another decade of progress and hope. I thank you.